Okay, so we're back in the demo account here. And I'm trading 3 pairs, and somebody sent me a script here that closes the profits on just one symbol. So if you click on this screen, and I can post this as a comment if you know how to paste, or I can stick it on the hightail. But I've been looking for this script for about 5 years. So Hitler asked me why, I do the videos, because I just want to swap stuff with people. Nobody's going to make, if you were to hold the euro dollar for 200 pip ride, which was a painfully obvious call in the market, right? That we're going to fill this big void on the top side. And then now, if you sold into that, which I did sell into that with this account, much to the chagrin of Mr. Pencil Behind the Ear from the hedge fund and the bank system. I was just watching some more of his videos where he said that the stochastics needs to be set at 3883 because this is what the banks use. Then he says, well, we're going to set up the charts here, and we're going to get rid of that line chart, right? Get rid of that line chart. We don't want to see that, which I thought was very funny because most of these indicators are written on closing prices. It's pretty funny, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the stuff people are posting and talking about. So I'm not saying that the way I'm trading is the way to trade, but I'm building my trading plan around my personality, which is insane, stubborn, angry, pissed off, and creative. That's supposedly the good part of me. So creative and spontaneous and staggered thinking, tangential thinking, seeing everything at once and wanting to comment on it. And overly excited about trading, apparently. So I can actually close if I see profits. And I'm trading pure limits right now, so I keep track of my trades. Instead of coming in at the market, I feel like I'm always trying to explain myself because the approach of an entry, it's how you get in the market, not what you get in and not what direction. Even this guy that's criticizing me, I go watch his video and he says, well, if I'm going to build a position, I'm like, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm building positions. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not getting in 5 standard lots. Besides, he says, I can't believe you're putting in these. Dude, they're 1Ks. It's just amazing, the psychology, that the fear and the greed and and I want to be right, and I made that call. Well, yeah, I made that call, right? Look at the dailies. This is what they do in the film crews. They look at the dailies. When I heard that, I thought, you mean these guys in the movie business are trading? We looked at the dailies. Okay, this is 10 pips. Look at all my cells up there. Are you kidding me? Well, yeah. Now, I woke up this morning. It was up, it was down. Look at the 1 hour euro dollar. Who didn't catch this entry if you were awake for this? Market comes shearing off my limits, right? Don't forget, I have a huge bank of limits up in all of creation, don't forget. So I'm a swing trader, okay? Maybe this is going to help him. Maybe I can explain myself by saying I'm a swing trader, okay? Oh, we know what you're doing now. Yeah, wide stops, a lot of drawdown, big profits. We've heard of that. We've heard of that system. Okay, then you're okay, right? You can be in the club. What the hell? He doesn't understand a lick of what I'm saying. The guy worked at a bank. You can only imagine. 30 guys in a room. Everybody's being polite. There's an elephant in the room called, I think we're risking too much on this trade. They pull people on and off of desks in that. Watch this Anton Kriegelfuck. Kriegelfuck. These people are just fucking bozos. Empowered Trading's better off than these fucking people. At least Empowered Trading has a business plan. Sell you overpriced courses. And without any automation. It's high frequency trading time, people. You don't have to work at a bank. Be your own bank. I'm saying self-empowerment. I'm saying victimhood. And the guy's a victimhoodologist, this fucknut, commenting on my videos. The guy that says I'm placing insane orders. Barbaric trading. Barbaricforex.com. How about cavemanforex.com? How about Get all these fucking landing pages and just totally turn the tables on. Victimhood. Oh, you can't know that. I'm with the banks to 200. They look at that DMA. Yeah, they look at it, but what the fuck do they do with it? Well, it's flat. Well, okay. Is it a giant trend line? Should I put an order there? I mean, what are these people thinking? Should I put an order there? Should I babysit the market, try to get in right at the tip of that harmonic scanner? Look at my fill. It's one trade, dude. One trade. So, if you're looking at I'm not this guy, but if you looked at every currency pair, look at 7 pairs. Right? Look at 8 pairs. 7 majors and the euro to the yen. Put that up on 8 panels. I saw he had 8 panels on his screen, so it's not like I disagree totally with what these people are saying, right? But notice how they leave out stuff like position sizing, which is like saying, this is the whole crux of what I'm saying. I'm not saying sell fucking everything you own into these rallies. But as you can plainly see here, with a mere 30 pips stop to make 20 pips, we made fucking 20 pips. Yeah, you wake up, you're underwater. Now it's going up again. Guess what I'm doing? I'm selling. Why? And why I'm selling these orders scattered all over in supposedly God's creation. I'm going to sell here for the next 8 hours. I think we could get 1 to 14. Who's not buying here, right? See, I don't have to be in the market. Who's not buying here? We have the top bottom. Who didn't buy this pullback on the 1 hour? Was anybody awake for this fucking stupid setup? I thought I described in the other video. I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, why is the top becoming bottom? Because the people that thought that it was going to pull back, it didn't happen. And they're like, holy shit, buy it back. Even the fuck nut at the bank with stochastics set at 883 is aware of the fact that it's not going down. Hurry up and get on the long train, buddy. Coming at you. It's fucking retarded. Trading is so stupid. So anybody with high IQ or anybody that's thinking, well, there's got to be some, you can't just be throwing orders out there. Yes, I can. Why not? What is wrong with people's brains? Well, they're fed. They're fed on the read too many cereal boxes growing up. I don't know. The back of it while you're eating. That was my version of early version of TV. I think I wouldn't even learn how to read if it wasn't for cereal boxes. And the honeycomb cereal, I cut out the back of that and I put it on my spin it piano, and I tried to play the honeycomb song, which once you cut the box apart, though, it's really tough on the cereal. Or especially, cereals, the original clickbait was the prize at the bottom of a cereal box. Oh, I went a little off topic there. It's not about the market, but it is. There's a silver lining in the cloud. And our cloud traders, we have a lot of people have bought the $8,000 cloud trading course, and let me tell you something. The testimonials these people give from they're in a whorehouse and they're giving testimonials while drinking Chivas Regal. They have crystal glasses, okay, champagne every day, and they're cloud trading on the beach. Right? There's moon trading. Moon trading is at night. They do moon trading at night. That's another sport. But as you're putting the gas in your Ferrari, because you made so much fucking money doing what you're not supposed to do. Yeah, come sign up for our... I was going to tell him when he posted this thing last night telling me that, why are you telling people to sell the euro? I was going to say, well, I just issued a buy alert at 113.80. Hello? 113.80. Who couldn't see this? This is the most obvious fill of nature in the world, right? Where's everybody talking about this trade? Easy 200 pips. Now it's going to go choppy. Scalpers come in. start making itty bitty profits. But we're trading a bunch of the sizing issues is amazing. The total ignoration of the sizing of these positions. I mean, I'm barely in this thing. I'm at 30K. I don't even know what's going on. I'm in other currencies. And this is portfolio-based trading. I'm not trying, like, I could kill it. If you just let me trade one currency, I could kill it, right? Because I can say, I'm going to try to make 5 pips on a standard lot. I'm trying to make 8 pips on a half a standard. I'm going to make 12 pips on 20K. And you're sitting in front of the screen in the morning, and here comes the market, smashing up. You're like, oh my God, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Holy, obvious climax move. Look at the wick on the euro. Do you need a PhD for this shit? Really? You couldn't see that we've been going up for how long? And here's the blow off top. Doesn't mean it's not still going up. There wasn't a chance to even get on the 4-hour train. They just ripped your face off into this. Of course, but if your scripts last 8 hours and you had sell limits up here, count the hours, right? You've got 8 hours here. Okay, those, if you dropped orders hours here that were super high, they didn't even fill yet. We're still waiting to get filled on this. We're looking for another retest of the highs to sell on our sell limit bank. This is the strategy, okay? We don't want to be if we want to be on the sidelines waiting to get filled, it's always going to be a limit entry. It can't be a stop entry because we might as well just get in the fucking market right now. Right, just buy right now a little bit, right? We get in a little bit right now at the market, okay? Or we just put immense sell banks up and go take a fucking nap. We know where the sellers live and we know where the buyers live. So I got buy limits below in case we get a kickback before we go up. And who knows, right? And here's the thing, is this time of day, so you have to get on the 1-hour chart. If you're going to try, I like how he took the line chart out of his, can you beat the line chart for a gauge of trend? Can you really beat it? Look at the top bottom on the 4-hour. Structure, explosion. Confirmed uptrend. Confirmed uptrend. Talked about this a million fucking times. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'll go through it again. Vacuum fill. More vacuum fill. We sell into this. Right? We're long into it. We know it's going to fill. Conservative people would get out of their, take profits right there. Anybody that bought this thing, go, you know what? I'm out. Okay, so they made all those pips and they left this much on the table. You're a slave to the market, whether you like it or not, if you want to make a bunch of money. Because there's no way to get on this train, on this 4-hour chart. Where's the pullback? There isn't fucking one. You know the velocity is going to pick up, so you have to go to the next time frame, 1 hour. There's no 2-hour chart on this thing. There's not even a place to get on here. Right? They just keep chunking through. Now I'm running pretty wide stops here. I don't have enough scalps built into this, though. I need to have profits that are 8, 12, 18, so I can write those today and I'll see them pop up in here. So I also found, if anybody gives a fuck, there is a error in one of these. There's tighter stops. I just found this. If you open it up 20 by 7 logarithmic, it was supposed to be 40 pips on the stops, but it was 30. So it's not like you were going to lose any money, but this gives a huge girth to this. If you were to keep on continually placing a 20 pip capture range here, logarithmic, it's going to look like this when you stack up 3 of these. Okay, I'm going to slow this down in case pencil ears watching. Yeah, I sat next to people like that in school, so it's been tough. It's been a tough road of abuse. Now this one I think is right. This is the one I just wrote last night. This is going to risk 40 to make 20. Logarithmic entry, so this is a real swing trader's dream, this one. Big fat 40 pip, which means we're buying at a 20 pip range. We will have still a 20 pip hard stop. We will not blow out this bank here and lose $28. We're risking $28 to make $14. Controversial. Love it. This is the trade. All day long, all week long here. Now this, since it's so deep, if you have a weekly version of that, it's not going to make any difference, right? Just same thing on the top side. Placing an order up here and going out and going to your day job. Now I know it seems inconceivable, and if you don't do this right, you will blow up your account. Just like if you overtrade at the market, you blow up account, and just like if you don't trade and you never make any money, you kind of blew up your account, right? Because you're not fucking getting anywhere. Better you should blow up your account and understand sizing and how it really matters and how you don't have to be there for the trade, and you don't need a Gartley and you don't need a fib. You just need pure price. You're a market maker. You're building your own market. You have your own coffee shop. You have exotic drinks. You have bullshit drinks. You have where is the price scaling in? I'm still waiting for the lost leader to come back to retail. Where's the thing that gets me in the store going, holy fuck, look at this shit, right? Where's the guy with the sampler tray all day long? These people don't want to make money. They're all hiding out from the government and all the fucking regulations. They like, don't, hey, you know what? What do they say about nails? They get hammered down. It's socialist trading. You know, you're seeing the victimhood loser mentality is what I'm pissed off about when I see people trying to tell people how to trade. That's all I'm saying. So that is my soapbox, so to speak. But what the fuck? What else am I going to do? Kick my dog and watch these videos people post? And, I don't know, just I get irritated. Got no friends left on Facebook, thank God. None of these fucknuts that people are totally out of fucking mind. You know, when I was growing up, I had no idea. It's so horrifying. And maybe it's just because people are just too easy to click on something they like, and then you think that they think like that. God forsake, right? But actually, honestly, you know, everybody's, well, speaking for myself, everybody has something they're trying to do. So the path there is very, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of fucking miscalculations. Like they say, if you're going to do something, count on it costing twice as much and taking it twice as long. But nobody counts on that in trading because they read a book, right? So you read a book and you're like, oh yeah, this looks like a good idea. Okay, psychosis is coming in here. I don't know what it is. I see the market's vibrating. And I can't watch the other currencies, so I'm actually cutting into my profits here. And this thing. Here's the daily. Let's look at the 1 hour. So let's just cue this up. Stop changing the topic, will you? I got sell limits here, and I'm long this thing. I'm above water on this entry. See, these are buys from earlier. And what did I do here? I see what you did there. Okay, so in case Poindexter's watching, this is the doji. We want to put buy limits there, but we want to put buy limits all the way down into this black area. This is called the order block. See the wicks? See the pile of wicks? See how closing prices is never fucking look back. Look how that thing is sheared up. What I'm saying is the top inside the bottom. Where's the top inside the bottom? Right there. This is where you buy. This whole area you buy. This whole clusterfuck. Could it retest? Yes. Did we get in? Yes. Are we selling as it goes up? Yes. Now this thing could go rocketing through, and I can only imagine, right? People are like, I can't believe you're selling. Okay, 8 hours, right? 8 hours to get up here. This is on my favorites list. This is I'm putting this high risk here. Risk 40 to make 20, which means I've got to put it 20 pips above this high, because that's going to be the top that becomes the bottom when it retraces back. You have to think ahead of the market, right? Am I just like, I don't know. I'm just astounded. But it's no wonder, right? People have been brainwashed, which means their brain's so clean from their own self, and the banks are doing this, so I'm doing what the banks are doing. Dude, you don't work at a bank. You're not trying to make 5%. You're trying to make 100% of your money. You're trying to kill it. And the way to do that psychologically without blowing up the fucking account is to build 10 accounts up to $1 million a piece. Now you got $10 million. To sit on one account and look at the market and say, "Oh, I'm up 61,000. I'm up $50,000 in 2 months. Therefore, I'm going to put on X trade, some fucking insane, like load the wagon trade." Well, you might lose 10 grand. It's all right. Still got fit. But this is, if you've never made a bunch of money and you're trying to make a bunch of money, quit your day job, tell your boss to take your job and shove it, Johnny Paycheck, then you need to have a huge buffer, and you have to have them in separate accounts, because if that broker goes out of business, say a missile from North Korea hits your broker, now what? Right? That Scud missile took out their servers. Your bitcoins are gone or whatever. Poof. So yeah, I think this is still going up, dollar yen. So I am long. So here I could invoke the special take profits on this one symbol. Okay, just took the winners off the table. Now I'm underwater in the sells as we come up into this, and I'm seeing the euro come up too. So I'm going to put in orders. This is a cluster, a 10K on 9 pip range. We're going to risk 15 pips to make 30 pips. But I'd rather put in the risk 30 to make 15, which is the inversion of that. If I put 2 of these in, if we make it all the way to 112, 113, then that in 8 hours, then that will offset the tight one. So we get stopped out of that greedy trade, come into the scalping trade, and we're talking about order upon order upon order. Huge piles. As you build the account, you're putting in more and more grid banks, scalp banks, swing banks, whatever you want to call them. This way we don't give a fuck. We own the market. We build the market around us. The market comes to us. We're sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring. Fountainhead, right? We're not out doing dumb shit, right? We're not that guy. So who wants to step out and make a market call? Well, put money on the table then. Oh, geez, man, now my ego's involved, and now my wallet's involved, and oh, man, oh, geez, I don't know. And what if I'm wrong, and everybody followed my trade? And see, that's why I have a signal service. If I had to hear somebody say, oh, well, I was like, dude, how big did you get into that trade? Oh, well, you didn't say anything about size. Oh, yeah, of course. Did you build a paper airplane and throw it across the room? Or did you try to build a plane in your house and now you can't get out of your fucking house? Like, when I said build a plane, I didn't say build a fucking jetliner, right? And so that you can smoke in, right? Deregulate the airlines. We're smoking cigars in this plane now. Yeah, talk about a market, right? See, but you can't even do that now. You can't have an airline smoking only because the FAA wouldn't let you. But what if you have people send a release, I'm willing to drink champagne and smoke cigars on this flight. It's an elite airplane. I can't believe people are doing that. But then people want to go to the moon, that's okay. Can I rent Sputnik and go to the moon, right? Because the Americans are like, we're out of it. It's not a money-making thing, Capitalism, we keep that like a little bit on the low down. We don't want to talk about that. Okay, I'm not talking about forex in case Poindexter's listening. So But what else are you going to do? Market's so fucking boring, waiting for the shit to happen. And they say it's a lonely gig, but that's perfect for me because I hate people, so it's a perfect fit. I don't hate them, but when I go out in public, I'm like, oh my God, like, there was somebody in the gas station the other day that I was waiting to get out of the gas station, and they decided they were a big SUV, and I couldn't see past them in my Ferrari, right? So I was like, oh God, they're on their cell phone. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So that's what's going to happen, right? Some guy's going to set his cell phone down on a nuclear detonator and special tone that he set on their rings, and it just happens to emulate his voice in such a way that it triggers the whole assault. Okay, I'm waiting for one rally here in the euro, one last rally, and I'm waiting for one last rally in the dollar yen. It's top of the hour. I also got out of profits. Another thing, I'm running 3 currencies. I'm kind of compromising, focus, drilling down on one. But here's the 1 hour chart, and we just hit the bewitching hour, which is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is amazing. What happens at this time of day. And what happens on the 1 hour chart's amazing too. Like here's a failure for this to hold support. We've cut back in. Very easy to see now. Even if you have a day job right now, you have to be thinking, well, these are my 8-hour trades. I'm set up. I'm loaded for bear. All I can do is walk away and see what happens. So can the bulls push through this? Can the bulls break out of this range? And did they trap the bulls on the closing below here? So as soon as what I'm saying to the guy that doesn't believe it's true is that you're going to buy new lows here in God's creation. So I'm the angry atheist of trading. Here I'm going to buy if it comes down. And I'll actually buy very heavily below here. This would be like, now people would say that's martingale. I love the way this order looks. 20 pip hard stop, high probability, 20 pip area, right? And we take profits just as we come back to the worst entry of the bank in a plunge scenario. So if I lay this in front of the market and come in just below this, it looks like an amazing trade in advance. Same thing on the sell side above this wick. Okay, euro's going up crazy now. So I have that on the north side here, and I'm only in 15K now. Let's see what happens. We start to cut up into here as soon as we get to this 10 pip Mr. Freeze zone from Batman. Okay. Anybody see Batman? The original series. Mr. Freeze. Those are the sections of the room above us that when you walk into there, Batman's going to have a hard time. He's going to be struggling for his utility belt. And that's where we're selling. Again, retest of highs and then some. Huge exposure to fill, but not to risk, because dollar-wise, we've built the account. Let's try to put about $1,000 of margin. When we get up there, I'm going to estimate we're going to fill like 10 standard lots up there. Then the market comes roaring back, right? Because they're like, oh my God. And everybody's overbought and oversold, but we can see that coming. Let's predict the future. So, and on the bottom, on the low side. So as the account gets bigger, the more blatant the random orders come in. I know it seems impossible. Let's see if we can't just prove that theory wrong right here. On 3 pairs, 3 major pairs, same concept on each pair here. Just keep buying here and just keep selling up here. So I'm giving it 8 hours to get up there. And if I did a projection off of this channel, like let's put it just a channel on here. How hard can this be, right? Cue it up on the peaks and valleys of closing price. I almost think the bankers don't want you to know this secret of trading. The bankers. So we have a top bottom here. This is supposed to be a sell point, but I bet it cuts up. I bet it rejects this pivot, and this is going up with the euro. Big stampede. Okay, sellers are coming into the euro. So if the euro slams down, I'm a buyer. But I have orders sitting out 10 pips away from current price that lasts 8 hours across 3 pairs. Almost. But here I'm 30 pips deep for the reason of this is not double click trading, by the way. And this is very safe. Like, you're going to do the math on each of these drops on the favorites list. And if you have a pencil behind your ear like this guy supposedly does, you can see that this order down here in 8 hours is probably unlikely to fill. These aren't forever orders either. Not forever. 8 hours. Yeah. You're daring the market to get up here in 8 hours. I found it odd. I went to this guy's site, and I looked at a picture of him, and I thought, God, he looks like he's about 45, 50 years old. He sounds like he's 30 years old. Guy's been doing some clean living. He hasn't been institutionalized yet. But it's, this is the people that work at banks, Very conservative, very buttoned up, locked down. But they're in an institution, see. It's like the old cuckoo's nest, How about nurseratchetforex.com? It's like you wonder. You just got to wonder. That's the fascinating thing, is that for all the talk and all this and that, and it's going to par and this thing's going to there, and it's like, really? So let me guess, you loaded the wagon on that trade and you're just sitting there with 1,000 pip stop going, yeah, we have a drawdown. We have some drawdowns. We down 500 pips, but we were really sticking in there. We got a lot of faith in this trade. It's fundamental nails. I met a fundamental analysis trader, and he was killing it, right? How did he do it? 300 pip stops. Okay, 300 pip stops. Fundamental trader. Well, why not just put a 10 pip stop on it? Why don't you just put a 30 pip stop on it and try to make 20 pips, just trade like $5 million a day? Too easy, right? And really, no, you can't do any fist pumps or spike the ball in the end zone because you made a call like, yeah, see, I told you the market was going up. I talked about the melt up months ago. But I'm not selling a newsletter for predicting the market, but it's painfully obvious. Like I said, gold could go to 500 an ounce. People shit their pants. They sue their brokers. And all these fucknuts talking about $600 silver on the internet. Oh, my God. Where's Bull Polney? Right? Where are these people? It's just clickbait. It's hilarious. Clickbait Central. Like I said, waiting for this thing to unfold. We just picked up a 1K somewhere on something. Trickling in. So you make your own market, you make your own life, you build your own fucking house, right? Not anymore. I don't know. I guess everything's distorted by the outlook that people take on stuff, right? There probably isn't all of that anyways. It's just stuff to sell newspapers. If you live on an island somewhere and trade forex, then you're not tuned into anything. So maybe that's what it's like heroin, right? If you get relaxed enough, sit in your cabana, clicking on the beach, clicking on your MT4 tablet. Why not, right? Not me, man. I'm sleeping on nails made out of pips, wondering if they're going to fill my order bank. I'm biting my finger. They say, well, he's got so much money, but why has his finger got that callus? I just look at the screen, bite my finger going, I wonder what makes these markets go up and down. I wonder why I just blew up my account. Fuck. I guess they underestimated the volatility of the market. Okay, it's boring. Looks like they're backing off this. Turns out my channel was right after all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Yeah, channel trading. Pretty easy. Here's a completely proportional channel. Look at the rollover here on the 1 hour. Right there. That's our inner circle traders get a. We show you how to use this tool. Yeah, that's in the Gold Club. And here is the cheaper people are in this envelope right here. You also want to think of this in terms of an envelope. So instead of having all those points for like a Gann grid, you just have your envelope right here. So you can see it weaving its way through that. This would be the projection to touch way outside here. But we have to build the up story would be this is the rate of change crossover. You drag that up here. It's busting through. See it right there. Perfect call on closing prices for that. I won't say it harmonic. I'd just call it a fractal because that is the rate of change. And it turned right on that. This one, it crushes through. This is almost, see, breakout, pull back here. So this, back here. Now we're just smashing north on the dollar yen a little bit and mostly on this guy. So this guy is the big, scary limit banks we have up here for the retest smashback. That's the trade plan. I'm sticking to it. And you could have got it long here. Another retest of the lows. Go figure, right? Now, if we had a buy limit bank here, we would have captured that whole thing. I can't believe we're just putting orders in there. Here, interweave it, right? Drop this in between. Now you're building an entry position there. But see, that's nothing compared to how densely I'll get in down here. I mean, I'm literally going to get into, like, I would say I put at least a $20 million position down here below us. And above, I'd say $40 million. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to go against. This guy's only inspired me more to be more insane. All I can really say about that kind of comment is thank you. Thank you very much for the, I know I'm on the right track. If a guy that used to work at a hedge fund and he quit because he couldn't take it, I understand why. Because I can't think like, but again, you say, well, he's willing to adopt the 200 DMA they used and the stochastics 888, but he hated the hedge fund he worked at. Well, I wonder why that is. That's kind of odd. So he's using something, I hate that, but I'm going to use the thing they're using over. Probably the people there, right? Couldn't be the DMA. That was supposedly gold. But who would work at a place that has a holy grail system and not like the people there? I think we're getting filled, I think, on this. It's coming up into the failure zone. Now, I'm going to resist trading anything. I'm going to try to trade pure limits. Another contest is try not to trade at the market. Try different entry techniques. Maybe buying at the market's not for you. Maybe sell stop entry's not for you, or buy stop entry because you're getting trapped. You're like, oh, fuck. So maybe you do one sell stop, one limit, one market order. If you keep yourself at a balanced diet of how you get in the market, because you'll discover the limit order was probably the best fucking entry you've ever got in your life. The market maker's entry, the stop hunt. Okay, I don't know if the guy understood what a stop hunt was. I thought I went through all that, but maybe I was so pissed off from the previous crash of the program that it was not my usual concise and clear self. on the video. But in essence, what I'm really saying, I would have to put it, if I had to put it into one sentence, I would say, I'm just trading risk. I'm trading, supposedly the market's random, or at least the extensions. If the euro ever makes it to 114, it may take by the end of the week. But on the way there, the market is very violent. The market goes straight up, sideways, becomes violent. Volatility is what it feeds on. Slamming up, it's slamming down. It's slamming up, it's slamming. Now that rhythm, swing trading on the 1 hour chart. So you got the sell limits up there, you got the buy limits down there. You go up, you're down, you're up, you're down. Now, it's very disorientating to somebody that thinks that they're going to look at a chart and they're going to make a decision. What do these guys in power trading say? This fucking retarded line. Analyze, decide, predict, execute. Okay, you left out something really critical there. How big is this trade you're gonna that you've? Well, they had on one ticket. Okay, all that predicting, deciding, plan, boo, back test. How, without proper sizing, completely useless. That's how you blow up an account, is betting everything on what you think is going to happen, and when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen, and all the scenarios you can paint in your head of what could possibly happen. But if you just, every time you dropped an order, you marked it down on a tally sheet and said, well, I just risked, so I can see my risk, $28 to make 14, 30 to make 15, right? The tail end of this is my risk profile. I don't know if you can make it any simpler. This is my dollar risk. There's my pips. So if I want to risk $28, make $28. This is the one that's miswritten. This is actually 30 to 30 on the, it's wrong on the thing there. I don't know if I did the math right here. It's 4 times 7. So double check everything on here. Okay, rally coming in euro. Go figure, right? So here's the moment of truth. We have dry powder on the north side. We're looking for the enemy. We're looking for the bulls to come into our bull trap, blow off top. Let's watch them fill it, right? I hate being late to the trend. I don't want to buy here. I don't even want to be long from here, because I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Another trap. Looking to take out the high of the day, actually. In fact, most of my tickets, which is a godly amount of orders up here, will probably be in $2,000, $3,000 a margin. If we slice up right now, I think I laid enough orders. This is where I like to guess. How much margin do you think it's going to take for this trade? So, kind of just sitting here about where I was yesterday. I can't remember what the balance was last night. I'd have to go look at but 62, I was at 61, maybe 61 and 100 or something. But I'm waiting to get filled on the sells, retest the high on the euro, and here I'm selling also. I have no prediction on this currency. All these channels I drew are just, this is the channel we broke out. It should become resistance. It doesn't have to. I'm short here. I'm underwater on these tickets in a 10-pip window. But what I did was, if we go smashing down today, and this really is the top, I'll stay short and I'll start buying at new lows down here and way down deep. So this also has about, I'd say, like $2 million position here. Who knows, right? Same thing on this. Just keep going like this, 8 hours. So what I'm saying is that by the time Europe closes. So I have one more session of exposure. Here's big sell limit grids up here. Euro's coming up in. The dollar yen could go either way. I think it's going to tank. I think this is where they're going to dump the dollar. This is the turning point. This guy's going down, and euro's going up. It's a horse race, and the pound's going up. If the euro's going up, the pound's going up. So I'm going to martingale. I'm going to martingale up. Get your saddle ready. Brace yourself, people. Going the distance. We're going for speed. Sell limits. We are going to counter trend trade this. We're going to contrarian entry here. Wait for the bottom of the hour. See how much we get into here. I'm guessing $2,000 in margin by the bottom of the hour of order fills. Okay, there we go. We're taking it on. This guy's coming up into the 10 pip kill zone. The wick is 10 pips above that. They're gobbling up my orders. All hand placed limit grids here, solely off of here. These favorites. Okay, 40K. We're down 12 bucks. Let's see where we're at by the bottom of the hour. Slightly long here on the euro where they came back and filled me when they dipped into this 10 pip window down here. And I'm still short this guy. I deleted the channel off there, but you remember the crossover line there. Crossed over this channel. And I'm short there a little bit, and then I have plunge orders in there. Same thing on the north side here. Now I think I'm going to get overfilled on this, so I'm going to pluck off. Since these are 8-hour tickets, I can take off the next 10 pip sell. Expecting a crush in the dollar and a rally in the euro and a rally in the pound. So I'm going to trim off these 1Ks, put a deeper bank on the north side, and we're just going to wait for the dominoes to fall here. Also, 7 o'clock's come and gone. So this proved to be a bottom. Had you bought here at the end of the hour, a little overshoot the runway, but it's more like the apex of this triangle. Is your entry there. Let's go long. Kind of like freestyling on the north side, and this was, I think they're going to smash this down. If this, it's going to be like a war on the dollar for about an hour here. And then everything's going to congeal and everything's going to square up around the opening of the stock market. And by then, maybe I'll be filling on this and we'll play the retrace out of this hole on all those orders. Okay, so the yen's pulling back. We're up on that trade. I could close all the tickets on that right now and get out with this close all per symbol there. So I go flat on that, take that off the table. Now I'm only left with the shorts on this one. Or actually, I'm a little bit underwater on one of these tickets. Now we're looking for the psycho rally, the euro. Blow off top. We've just freed up some margin. Okay. So we're looking to get to make about $1,000 on this trade. Looking for this to go up too. I don't know, this could go up. They could all go up, actually. I've seen them all up move in concert, so let's see what happens. I don't know what's going on here, but if you sold the top of that, I know there was a buy signal from that guy, that genius, but something's going crazy. The news is coming out, and I don't know what's going on, but the euro just slammed down so hard. And I bought it on a bounce here. They came back. I was short into the top of this, and now they're gonna. Now that it's all over the map. I sold into the top of the British pound here, And that was a 20 pip wick in that. Look at this euro dollar. So this is what I'm saying. When people say, well, why are you selling up there? This is what I'm saying. And why are you buying down here? So I'm going to buy in limits here. The market is highly volatile for some reason. I don't know what happened. I'm not watching the news. I'm trading it. So I'm just trading what I see. And when I see a market go up that fast, that hard, you think there's nobody coming in to sell that? I know that Goober, this guy, Mr. Storm, the guy that doesn't understand what I'm doing. Seriously? Dude, look at this pull, right? So who sold up into that? They need a forex hug. If you took the drawdown of selling up into that, you are up now 80 pips from that genius move. Now it looks like we could go ripping through the top again. I've got exposure on the top, so I'm actually going to sell into this. We could actually go nuts up 100 pips. I don't know what's going on. And this Draghi guy, maybe he's speaking out of turn. But I'm enjoying it. Insane. I'm actually canceling out my real money sells above 114. I think we could go to 115. It's just insane. Okay. Total auction. Pure auction trading. I think that Storm guy should understand auction trading means that they bid it down, they crush everybody's nuts, then they bid it up and they crush everybody's nuts. It's the art of nut crushing. Brought to you by your local forex broker. So we're actually making money. That we're barely in though. Look, I'm up 60 from these last limits down here. I'm barely in, and I really did trade like blatantly. Those are all blatant trades. Now I could actually take all profits, but I think I'm going to let that. I'm going to let that play out. We could still take out the high of the day. We could go storming north like you can't believe. I don't know what's going on. Every market's on fire right now, and there's no news. So the idea that you need news for drama, anybody that was sitting long in the euro from this Storm guy saying, I can't believe you're telling people to sell up there. Okay, great. So maybe he's white knuckling it here. He's long. I do have buy limits down here for another retest. So I'm expecting when this kind of volatility kicks in, this is why you need these limit drops, because you can stand back, place and just walk away. Look at the British pound. Major rejection off here. We sold up into that. The dollar yen is kind of confused, just sitting here dead in the water. Here comes the euro. I think we're going to go up here and hit these orders. Now, I think there's too many orders up there, but we're just going to let it go. Because on the way there, we will have padded the account. Maybe we make $120 on the way up there. So I'm up about $1,000 on the account overnight here with all this wackadoodle stuff. And don't forget, with a wide enough stop, like the swing traders, the people with a 50 pip stop, this is what I don't understand. Why aren't those guys selling up? Can't you see this is a good place to sell? It's called sell high, buy low strategy. This thing just took off like a rape date. I don't know what happened. Look at the 5-minute chart. What the fuck is that? We get down, right? I'll buy at fresh lows, but I think we're going to go blow out the high of the day. I swear to God. I don't mean to sound like I know what's going to happen, but it looks like that to me. I'm going to start selling at 114.40 on my real money. This one's already locked in here because I don't have time to delete these. Another reason, the demo, I don't have time to come in and delete, but I'll ride that up into there because I'm going to need the money if we get filled on that and it goes terribly wrong. And it blows out the top and goes to 115. This is psychosis. This is a 4-hour chart. Look at this, right? Pure auction today. And Wild Wednesday, too. Go figure, right? Wild Wednesday. Just like I pictured it. New York City. Right? Get in that car. So, wow. So I'm thinning out the herd here. I got sell banks on the north side. Psychotic. Okay, it's simmering down now. Let's go to the 5-minute chart and assess the Gartleys. What can you say about that sell-off? Holy shit. Too many people on that train, huh? All aboard? Too many aboard. So we're looking to make our $300 here. This thing's hell-bent on just screaming up. This is brutal. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I got to look at the news. I can't fucking believe it. I got to turn the radio on or something. Was there something going on? Where do people go for the news? I don't even know. Would they go to Hedge? What's that called? Hedge? Maybe Forex Factory's got news on it. What's that hedge fund people go to? The hedge site. Second Hedge? Split Hedge? I don't know what the fuck. I don't see any news. ECB, okay, 13 minutes ago, ECB said to see market as misjudging Draghi's speech on stimulus. I don't understand. Is he speaking now? Should I send him a check? Like a bonus check for him opening his mouth? I don't know. I'm not seeing here. Latest news. Forex Factory. I'm ready to take my money and run here. Looks like we could go down again. So I'm going to cash out of the winners here. Buy the retest. Because whatever's going on, it's just off the charts, literally. Whatever this guy says, we love this Draghi guy. I'm going to get back in here on limits again. Put the dense orders at the bottom. Now here's where I'm going to go for the wide. We could actually take out the low. That anything could happen. So we're up about $800 through all that drama. Now it looks like we're going to stampede to high of the day. Alrighty then. Insanity. With the right order placement. Now that was all blatantly random orders. If I really, and if I put in deeper orders, look how deep we went. I'm kind of trading shallow here. I'm trading in 20 pip pockets. Not to say we can't come back here, and this to me would be low risk right here, getting in right about here for a retest of the low of this day. Amazing, right? Insanity. We could still, like I say, go up here and tag the high of the day, go busting through these orders up here. So I'm very careful to sell in a very Spartan manner. Very wide. I have a wide stance. What happened to the wide stance guy? Is he working in the public bathrooms at the rest stops on the highway? It's the good old days of politics. Well, I have a very wide stance, if you really want to know. Anybody who's asking. I almost think we could go down here and the euro could just go through I would just buy retest bounces. A completely valid strategy in my opinion. Let's take a look at the broad view. And I'll buy this if it goes complete auction the other way. And they just left that poor dollar yen with his pants down. Nothing's going on there. Of course, I traded the scalp wick here. If you look at here, we did get a fill. See the psycho wick there? And so this is a proof in the pudding that it doesn't matter. You just have your orders and it doesn't matter. Buy low, sell high. Works all day long. Insane now. To watch that happen was insane. Okay, I'm barely long. Buying this retest. Here's I'm looking to make 30 pips, and I have this controversial. I'm going to risk 30 to make 15. Risk 30 pips to make 15 here also. What's good for the goose is good for the Forex account. And then we just be careful. You trade with money that you're sure you're going to lose. Okay, here is, look at that wick. So that's the black swan, right? How to make money from a stop hunt. Holy shit. And people are long. Don't forget people that took the advice of Mr. Storm Trader. How they looking, right? oh, we went long there. Was this crazy? Like, and actually, if you didn't have your target set to make 80 pips from selling that thing, you're like, oh, geez, wish I was in that trade. Well, the volatility is too high now. We have to just trade super wide, and here's where I think we could get this blow out the top of the thing now. Make a run above 114. I want to try to ride it. I'm going to place my buy limits right here. This is the 10K in a 9 pip range, essentially a 10 pip range, all the way down. So if we had it placed, and I had those orders I was showing you last night, we would have placed them all because we were looking for buyer's remorse to kick in. How can a market go up that hard and not look back? How can a market go up for 12 hours straight, 18 hours straight? How many what's 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? What's 8 times 4? Is that 20? Is that 32 hours up? 8 times 4. I need some help. I got a calculator out. Yeah, that's 16. 16 is 32. 32 hours up. Really? Okay. I can't believe you're telling people to sell up there. Yeah, I can't believe you're not selling up there. Were we looking for an inverted hammer on the 5-minute chart up there? Look at the 5-minute chart. This thing's itching to go through the high of the day now. Look at this insanity. And we could dip down below. So I'm thinking, let's get in down here, right? Where nobody's thinking it could go. Boldly go where no limit order's gone before. We're up $1. Look at that. I think I'm up on this thing here. So we would buy this too, right? The 10 pip iceberg. Here is the iceberg that risks 30 to make 15. Now we're coming back. Look at that. Coming back, Jack. Do it again. I love this. I just wrote this last night. Risk 30 to make 15. We're going to place it down here so that the target is this low. Place it 30 pips deep away from where you want to get out. I mean, 15 pips deep from where you want to get out. 30 pips stop. We just had a sell-off of, let's count the pips of punishment. And if you had it bracketed this, not to mention, if you put on a hedge strategy here with good ratios, right? This is what I'm talking about. When the market goes sideways too long, ruh-roh. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80 pips down. And what was the clue something was fragile up here? Look at this. And look at the stop hunt just before. Oh, you're telling people to sell new highs. What the hell? Look at that. And before that, you had your first downtrend signal. Before the close of that downtrend, right? I wonder if there's any stops stacking up. I wonder if this vacuum is going to fill. But it's happening at a rate of change that's blowing your mind. It's in, it's out, it's up, it's down, boom, boom, right? Going off like fireworks. And I'm buying again. I probably could have done better if I focused on, okay, now we're going up. We got some willing buyers. And all these currencies are commingled, so it's a little bit more to manage. I could have probably made more money if I donated everything to this, because while that's cashing out of the sells up here and getting the right stops, getting your grids to have a stop that makes sense for where you're placing it. If you're going to place a order 1,000 pips deep, you could have, if something really bad happens, and I don't know, this Draghi guy is apparently speaking out of turn. Bund yields plunge after ECB tells market, you misjudged Draghi's comments. That's not what caused this move. There was too many people on the long side. So the news is bullshit, right? I'm reading the news right now. You think you can trade the news? Oh, zero hedge. That's the fucking zero hedge. So this is just that's the bucket shop, right? Bucket shop comes from the old day. You have like this thing, you have a tote board, and it's just like a betting house, really. Anybody see the Sting? 1970? What's his name? He's got really good salad dressing. Paul Newman. Paul Newman in the Sting. That was a bucket shop, right? Well, it was a betting shop. Same thing. So we're looking for a pullback here to pick up a little more of Draghi's drama. I'm kind of flat, waiting to get filled on the dollar yen now. Another potential plungeola. And not to mention the British pound could still get spanked. Spillover from Draghi. Draghi's drivel. Mario Draghi. I thought it was Mario was a game. Well, it's Mario. Who's Mario's brother? Is there like points above his head on the trades that we're taking here? Damn, I was watching for a few pips higher before shorting. And there it goes. Reaches my profit in 15 seconds. Some guy just posted here. Forex Factory news. Yeah, you gotta wonder, you know? Makes you wonder. Look at these fucking moves. What the hell? Some guy that doesn't want to swear on Forex Factory. Is this not the manipulation of the market? Oh, yes. Yes, market makers are stop hunting you today. What? Okay, I'm going to put some buy stops in here. I think we're going up. They're not going to fill those, but this broker's kind of cool because they let you trade inside the spread. You're still on Uniglobe. I'm going to put in some really greedy 50 pip winners now. I know on my Hopkey keyboard, thanks to the magic of Cherry Keyboards Incorporated out of Germany, I could just hit my button. Okay, so these are wide stops. I'm going to risk 25 pips on that, on those chase the market entries. Buy stops on the euro here. 1 hour chart. Looks like the dollar yen's going to take a spanking, and looks like this guy's going to take a spanking right now. I'm going to go long here on my high risk, high reward, pip wise, pre-programmed there. So I am going to trade stops. They're really market orders. 1 pip above, right? So we just got filled on these. And these are very small tickets, mind you. The big tickets are key number, if you're playing at home, C4's 8K to make 5 pips. So I'm going to place that. Now I'm hitting the C5, C6, C7. So C7's kind of conservative. And if I hit the key 3 times, it's a 3K. So I really, this kind of opportunity, I'm just going to nail the hell out of the long. I'm just going to try to make 30 pips here because the problem now is that we've fallen through the floor. Where is the target for the scalpers? Here. So we're very close to their target. Anybody that bought the crush into the floor, they're getting out right now. See? So we're cashing out also here. We're in $300. We're in 150, 1.5 standard lots here. We know the scalpers are going to bail here. They've already bailed here, and they just made 40 pips in the blink of an eye. If they only bought below this round number, you know, well, 113.30. But the round number is down here, see? See? It's down here, see? This is 113, right? Even I don't have it marked, but on the grid it's not jumping out. But so we're long, and we'll be cashing out as it comes up into these floors. And what's going to really piss people off is if it keeps going up to 115, they're like, fuck, I was in that trade. Now, if you're long from yesterday, it's hard to believe, but if you're long from down here, you're like, yeah, pull back, whatever. I would be very inclined to take profits during this phase. Now, this is the session last night when I got all triggered by this fucknut commenting like he didn't understand what I was saying. He spent too much time in a prop house. That was my entry there, and that was, you could have traded that all the way in top bottom theory all the way up. I hope we can see that, right? The video last night I did in Asia. There's the top bottom. Here's total failure here and total trap. So we bought the trap, and I'm probably not in big enough. Now, don't you wish you were in bigger down here? And this is where you have to rethink Was your stop too tight? Because the swing trader with the 50 pips stop and bought a basket here. Now you can just rewrite this script, open it up, file, save it. So after you see some, other thing, I was watching this Black Swan guy. He says after a building falls down, every other building built off of that's stronger. So after you blow up an account, you should redo your trade plan. Every other trade you do from that will be more logical. Save as. And then you could write, you would know this is a news script. I'm going to risk 80 pips to make 30 pips. You say, what the fuck? I think I just fucked up the the math there. I edited that wrong. I'm going to risk 80 pips to make 20 pips. So what is that? 8 times 7? I don't know. Let's just say I'm going to risk 50 bucks to make even still try to make 14 bucks, right? Will I get stopped out of that? 80 pips stop. 80 pips. I'll do the math later. What the fuck that is? What's 7 times 8? I don't know. That I should ask Poindexter. Mr. Storm would know. He's probably got a Hewlett Packard in his sock. Like it's like MacGyver. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in my favorites list. Favorite losing tickets. Favorite losing grids. Risk 80 to make 20 pips. Add to favorites. Now, this is swing traders. This is fundamental trader scalp, I call it. Let's put it right here. Let's dare the market. We're going to dare it all the way down. If you put this on candles, you see, if you put this on line chart or bar chart, it'll be a ball. But if you put it on candles, it'll just be a... But I want to see the fills. Then I delete the objects after that. But this is my psychosis. 80 pips stop on this. 80 pips. You think we could drop 80 pips today? If you don't think that, you think we could drop 10 pips without going down 80, and you want to buy this whole retest, which is I'm doing. I'm going to do that on my real money for 8 hours. I'm buying really heavy below 113. Because we could come all the way back to the starting gate. We still have we could retest this whole wick now. That's a 1 hour wick. Unfucking believable. Here's my high risk trade. Here's my, I'm going to risk 30 pips to make 15 pips. I think I might have reached the limit on the broker. Okay, I'm not seeing the drops come in. Nice thing about drops, they stop dropping once I reach maximum ticket limit on this broker. Look at what I get to put in this fucking account. Here's all my tickets. These are all my pendings. I don't know. It seems like I had more pendings before. Maybe they're just, oh, I'm just not getting updates. Here we go. Right. Risk 30 pips to make 15, start buying right here. If it takes out the low of the day, I'm out. So it's going to buy a 10K. We're going to buy a retest of this whole wick, and the one I just wrote, the risk 80 pips. Here I'll risk 40 pips to make 20 pips. And here I'll have break even, risk 40 to make 40. So this is actually my bigger winner, because the other ones are scalps. And you'll be pissed off that you didn't ride it with the 15 pip stop. So I'm going to build my whole trade plan here. Now I'm going to buy at the market, kind of. I'm going to buy in stops. So some buy stops here, some goober entries. And I already filled with a 20, so I'm getting filled with 1 pip above with a 25 pip stop. And I'm hitting C9 and C10 keys. And I'm just going to punish that keyboard a little bit and let that go. Let's take a look around the landscape, and we've still got pendings here for a monster plungeola. Well, that was exciting. So I guess something leaked out of the news, or I don't know what. I guess this guy, he stepped up to the plate sooner than we thought. Let's go to the full story from Zero Hedge. I think that's when you just go naked into one position. Bund yield plunges. I guess the market must have opened. The bund market. The Bund. I'm sorry, the Bund market. I think that's German for bonds. Mario Draghi's speech in Sinatra in Sinatra? Oh, I thought that was a guy. On Tuesday was totally in line with ECB policy. Never a good thing when you're the master of communication, need to explain your speech twice. Misjudged. It's just buyer's remorse, dude. Okay, so we're buying. I believe in Draghi. I'll follow him to the ends of the earth. He can call a market better than anybody. All right, man. Say bye-bye to the dollar and buy the euro. Buy the rumor, sell the fact. Okay. That's it. We're locked and loaded. And we're still waiting for the stock market to come out. Open up. I guess the bund yield, 10-year bund yield. I just overbought. Hey, it looks just like the euro dollar. The bund chart looks very similar. There's a gap open, though. It looks to me like the bund topped out, had a double top earlier. So it was a double top in the Bund. Kind of called it was kind of a call for this. Now I'm going to put in my low volatility, my tighter stop entries here, because if we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see a double bottom on the 5-minute chart. But I could see it in my mind's eye. So I'm going to try to break out of this fractal, this doji, to the upside. I'm loaded for bear on limits to the downside. Okay, so we're going to gently get back in this, and here comes the infamous dollar yen through the floor. I think the dollar to the yen is going to take a spanking. Notice how it turned on my perfect crossover point for 10 pips. Here comes the euro, and it's pissed off. Nobody makes euro sit in the corner. Look at this. Look at this hole. We're going to sell on... When we get to here, they're going to say, well, you know what? Draghi was wrong again. He misspoke, and sellers came in up there, and it's crazy. And okay, so we're going to try to ride this gap. Since I've got my take profits are the little blue dashes. And you won't see those blue dashes if you don't post the arrows. You won't see the blue dashes. So this extreme close-up. Cashing out into this area here, but we just do that anyway. So you think that you have some golden target, but it's really just pips. Because if you got in here on a limit grid and you cashed out of, you made 20 pips here, you could have got out there and just done that whole trade. Now we go sideways. This is where people say, okay, we've seen what the big boys are doing. Let's get on the train. Well, you might want to go on the south train or the north train. We could still retest. So I did put the retesters in just in case we're wrong about this buy stop entry. But dual entry approach. So here's the buy stops. I'm looking for it to engulf the whole day now, and it'll be the backlash. And oh my God, I mean, the news is wrong, and that zero hedge, man, I went the other way, I blew up my account. It's crazy. Just goes to show you that this black swan shit makes money. And even if you started buying here, look at the fresh lows here. We left a huge vacuum behind. We had a backfill. This is a half-hour chart, which I know I won't have any competition from, what's his name? Stone guy. Because he doesn't trade the half-hour chart. So look at that wick. How'd that 200 DMA work out for you there? Well, I don't know. I kind of not using that anymore. I just teach that. We're just teaching that in the courses. I don't use it anymore. We've blown up too many accounts. It's just not working out. Alrighty then. We still have the stock market open. So sellers are going to come in here at these lines I just drew, I think. So we could cash out to there. We could reload the gun with limits. And the market starts to calm down and simmer down, it's just not going to be that crazy. It's going to be a boring week. After today, everything else is boring. That was some serious pippage. In why the market makers would make money from that, because they sold on limits to the top, they bought on limits to the bottom. They never had to be in the market. And when I said earlier, I don't want to be in the market right now. I want them to come and get me, come and fill me. So in the beginning of the video, it was flat, waiting for sells on the top side, but also had the giant iceberg down here for the retrace plunge strategy. Given enough money in the account, right? I'm up 72 bucks now. So I could hit the take all profits key or wait for it to go up 10 pips, cash out of my scalps. I'm going to put a scalp in here. This is looking to make 5 pips. So you can see this target right here. As soon as it goes up here, it's going to make 5 pips. I'm going to hit the same button, and I'm getting a better price. As the market backs up, I'm going to ride with it. Here is a little bit greedier target just above here. Then I can hit the, and I'm not going to hit any buy limit keys because I think I wrote the buy limits and sell limits too tight for they're really just so ridiculously tight. I'm going to rewrite the C2 key and make it deeper. C3 key I could run right now. See the C3 key? Now that could go all the way to Memphis. And the C3 key I didn't hit when we were plunging, and the broker may not have taken it. If the take profits were too tight in that script, the broker's going to see the take profit. He's going to say the spread's too wide. You can't launch that. Step back check and get in like a goober when the market comes down. This is too much for you. You bit off more than you could chew. So I hope this guy, if the guy's listening, I hope this makes sense to him what I'm doing here. I can't believe you got something. Yeah, I can't believe you're not trading the market. But this is a guy that has moving averages on the screen. How can a moving average keep up on a 5-minute sell-off of 80 pips in 5 minutes? How is your... and of course, there was some bounces. Don't forget, look at the 1-minute sell-off. Right? There was a bounce down here of... If your script had scalps built into the bottom of that, you scalp that, and you really, this is where you really clean up, and you can't see that you made money, but here is the forensics on this trade. Drill down into this 1-minute chart, and you will see that if you had limits in here and you were cashing out making 20 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips, and that script played out, if you were quick on the gun, you put in buy limits to capture a 10 pip thing for this move. So it's totally possible. You can see in retrospect how you made money on that trade. It should be painfully obvious to you that if you'd bought here in a 10 pip thing with profits here that you made 50 pips in about, I don't know, 5 minutes, 15 minutes? How do you know forensically how that performed? Go to the 15-minute chart. You see a 15-minute wick? You made that many pips in 15 minutes. That's how you know. That's how you know that trade works. I love the buy the wick. Buy the wick. Sell the rumor, buy the wick. Unbelievable. I did that at trading. Went to a library and rented their computer room, and 5 years ago I was standing in front of people, 4 or 5 years ago, saying, here comes the news on the Australian dollar. Hey, look at this script. People are like, okay, what's your point? I'm like, dude, I just made 50 pips in about 50 seconds. That's my point. Okay, so we're up 100. We're going to let this thing go up 10 more pips to 134. The sellers are going to come in here at the floor. The stock market hasn't even opened up yet, and the top of the hour has just rung the bell. Cha-ching. Here comes 1 hour algorithms. I mean, this guy, you should hear this guy's video. I got to play it for background. You fucking laugh your ass off. How only the big boys know, and only the banks know. And I still have to do the institutional order flow guy who says, do not buy that wick. He's going to wait for, what he does is he waits for this. He waits for that doji. So I'm going to do his trade. The stop entry goober trade. So I'll get out of my 8K here. You can see my targets. We're trying to make 10 pips. And then we may engulf the whole day. It would be amazing. It would be absolutely beautiful. We engulf the whole day. Bada bing. Trade very lightly, though. I warn everybody to trade very lightly because anything can happen. As you can see, the buyer's remorse was brutal. But did you really think the market could go up 200 pips without a pullback? Did you really think that was possible? In what universe could you think that's even possible? So we're cashing out on something here. I just saw my margin drop down. I'll take profits until we get through the high of the day. So if we go rocketing up when the stock market opens, and like I said, take a look at the stock market here. This is where you buy in stocks. I know that guy trades stocks. You're buying new lows. How are you doing on that trade? Like I said, stock market's starting to unravel. This was the sell. If you sold up here, obvious wick, right? You're up big. This is where you cover and go the other way. Dow Jones cash. I saw another goober say to sell this thing, but I think he said to sell here. He got stomped on that. So the dollar's going to get crushed. Here is the Australian dollar. Obvious pivots here, the daily. You have your buy limit sitting right here at the top bottom. You're long from how many days ago? Did you have the patience to sit in this trade to make this 40, 80 pips here? That's the question. Do you have the patience to sit in that trade to make 60 pips? Are you selling up here? Look at this. This looks just like the... Now look at this trade. I know people that trade this thing. Where's your buy limit got to be here? Previous top, right? No brainer. You just made 40 pips clean there this morning. I know it seems inconceivable that you would sell up here. This is market maker. This is that fucking ICT shit. Sell up here, buy down here, right? Corner of the market. Unbelievable. Here, we're cashing out. Let's get out of... See, they're filling it. We got to get out of... We're going to go flat here. Take all profits on the... on this account. We're going to bank this 180 bucks. Go flat. Put in the buy limits. We've already got buy limits in there. So we could get a complete retest when the stocks come out. The Draghi people are going to... The Draghi factor, right? Now we're cashing out. We're going to go totally flat here. Okay, we're up $1,600. Or 600. I don't know what my last balance was. Come back in with the same strategy. Now here I'm going to risk more. I'm going to put a 30 pip stop on that. I'm going to buy 10Ks layered in. Retest the doji. Retest that doji. So I got to load the same trade plan. 50 pip stops I'm running with real money. I'm going to buy the pullbacks for 8 hours. Because I think they could crush this to 113 all over again. Okay, I'm putting in the 10Ks and a 9 pip grid. Still got all these cells up here. Looking for the engulf. Okay, here, I'm gonna put in some 20 pip stops. Okay, So the fear of missing out is canceled by putting orders in really close, cashing out of your winners and just coming in really close with your, because if you're afraid of missing out, just put your order 1 pip deep and I guarantee you, you will not miss out. Looks like another stampede north on the British pound. We still have a bunch of cells up here to fill. Now I'm going to run really tight trailing buy limits because the stock market has not opened yet. We can still get a kickback. So we got out here because we hit new highs. We scalped to that point. 8 hours here to buy. And buy all the way down into a retest here with the 80 pip stop. Now I can write this to make 40 pips. File save as. We're going to try to make 40 pips. Which I know will make 28 bucks. Save. This is the 40 pip version. 7K laid into a 20 pip zone logarithmically. So we're 1 pip apart here. We're 2 pips apart. We're 3. We're 4. We're 5. It's stacked. Then we compile that when we come back and find that script. Put it in the favorites list. Drop that in. 80 pips stop, looking to make 40. Same thing on the top side for 8 hours. Start selling way up here. You gotta sell super high because when the stock market opens, if the stock market crashes, so this bund market could send a kind of a ripple through the world, right? I just picked up a 3K here. I'm up 16 cents. This bund thing could send a ripple through every bond market on the planet. Wait till the Japanese come unwrapped. Wait till you see the drama that's to come on the yen. Like I said, you haven't seen volatility. This year will be the most volatile year in probably, people are just not going to believe it. To readjust their true ranges. I'm dropping this risk 80 to make 40 now. 7Ks. I mean, drop that 10 times. That's 70K. 70K. Just put in 70K down here. Same thing on the top side. Start selling right here. All the way up. 80 pip stops. Because I'll be in a drawdown, but I'll probably see my 40 before I get stopped out of my 80, right? 80 pip stops. 8 hours today. Okay, we're retesting. We're getting back in. We're getting back together with our ex-wife here. It's unbelievable. She's better the second time around. Okay. There's my risk 80 to make 40. Risk 30 to make 15. And risk 15 to make 30 right in here. And down here too. And your little doggy too. Still waiting for stocks to open. The yen is just ridiculous, right? It's just going, huh? Put some scalps in here while you're at it. Risk 20 to make 20. I'm trying to come up with a favorites list here. Of course, when the ATRs heat up, you're going to have to go for the risk 100 to make 100 pips. And maybe you only have 5K spattered in there. Okay, here we come. So I'm going to go for the Goober buy stop chase with a wide stop. Because I think if the stocks start to crash, this thing is going to engulf. And then what's Zero Hedge going to say then? Or Forex Factory. We got that. Somehow we missed up that call. Welcome to the Wild West of trading. No Tino traders allowed. Okay, let's see when the stock's open. We could be screaming north. So I got back in. I'm already in 40K all over again. Looking for high drama, wide stops, wide take profits. I'm going to put a few more K here. So I padded the account. We took our $180. We cashed out. We got back on the train. Let's take a look at the vertical view of 3 pairs here. It looks like we could rally here. We could definitely rally on this British pound. But boy, that euro sure took a licking. So the reason why I just don't care about the news is because it wouldn't have changed my trade plan. It looks like we get a serious rally on the British pound here. So I expect the dollar to get crushed. Now these orders may be too tight here, so I'm going to put them in deeper. In case we get stopped out, I want to make back. If you blow up an account, if you stopped out, you're like, okay, what did I do wrong? Well, you didn't trade enough breakout trades. You didn't trade deep enough. You didn't trade wide enough. Still looking for this psycho rally here. Closer we get to this opening of the stock market, not that there's a completely symmetrical view of this, but if the stock market should crap out here at the previous floor, we got a problem, right? Be lights out for the stock market, right? Coming back on the previous floor, sellers come in. Yikes. Here comes the euro screaming north. So I'm getting filled on buy stops here on the euro. Using my goober buttons. I still haven't got filled on this 8K for the scalp. British pound could go smashing up in the nosebleeds. So let's put all these risk 80 to make 40 up here. Still got buy limits pending on the euro. Oops. Okay, buying the pullbacks here. On stops. Tons of limits to fill. Plenty of margin free there. Okay, so I'm in a decent position now. Euro's pulling back. Getting in buy stops. And that's it. Let's see what happens. We're locked and loaded. We're getting filled on goober entries on the euro to the dollar. Everything could go up too right here. We could have the dollar yen go up. We could have the British pound go up. Okay, so slamming around here on the euro's filling my buy limits. I'm going to put more buy stops in. If it starts tanking, I'm putting in buy stops right now, preparing for a possible rally. And I got a huge buy limit sitting below here. So it's pulling back, putting buy stops on the euro as it pulls back on the 5-minute. If it was real money, I'd cancel my bad buy stops above. Okay, we're still coming back. So I'm going to cancel my buy stops on the top side here. My real money. Because those would be terrible fills. So we're low. They just came back to the top bottom here. So, so I'm deleting my overpriced buy stops. They're going to get filled on my buy limits mostly. Okay. So put the oops. I'm going to get as big as I can for a possible rally out of the gate here on the euro dollar. I think I got stopped out of something. I just saw my margin drop. See, those were the scalps. 5 pip stops. See? Now the wider stops, I'm putting in the high risk trades. So if you think you missed a move, see how it pulled back? You didn't miss anything. Plus all these buy limits sitting down here. Risk 15 to make 30, right at the border. Border patrol. Okay. So we might get this engulfing of the high of the day on, it would be amazing, on the euro. It's not like it hasn't happened. We just got a spike here. I think they filled me on that spike. Okay, we just at 120K now. I mean, yeah, about 120K right there. Okay. Waiting for the infamous stock market to open and kind of bring the hammer down on this situation. Huge exposure to get filled on limits below. Running those 80 pip stops over there too. Okay. It's all over, but waiting for the fat lady to sing now. 10 minutes before stocks open. Can the euro take out the high of the day? And just blow people's minds. People that put in too tight a stop. Okay, they're smashing it down now. So we'll let it play out. We've gone as far as we can go. We'll put buy stops in as it comes down. We're going to put the high risk buy stops 1 pip above. High risk, I'm going to have a 20 pip stop and a 50 to 60 pip take profit here as we pull back. Cock the gun here on the, pull back the rubber band on this euro just before stocks open. I'm loading up to go long. Okay, we're just starting to fill here on this 5 minute. You know, I could take a 5 minute view of everybody now because it's going to matter now. The 5 minute chart's going to be pretty seriously. It's what people are going to look for. So here's your 5 minute view, 10 pip grid. I fixed this grid over here because I'm trading it kind of all over the map. Okay, so we're just getting a rally here right now in the euro a little bit. Slightly long. About to get long. I should delete these, but I won't. These buy stops. It'll trigger. If we go zooming up, it'll trigger and smash through. Take a look at the stock market. And it's, if it can't engulf this, it's lights out for the stock market. I mean, it's really, it's a long way down, right? It's a long way down. And if this is the pivot here, it's a long way down. It'd be amazing to watch the stock market. This huge sell-off here must have really blown people's minds. Okay, so we're geared up long on the euro for a possible cash out to the upside. We're getting filled now. 110K. Okay, let her rip. Damn the torpedoes. We're going to get filled on more K when we go up here for the scalps, for the burst out scalps. Possible plunge coming in dollar yen. Countdown to stocks open. Let's see if we can't get a rally here. And then by 10 o'clock, it's just going to be a wild day. It's just going to be wild. So you have to be careful that you don't have too much exposure for sell limits up here like me right here. But it's too much work to delete those right now. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm in two standard lots. Two standard lots now. Long the euro. Going to get long the yen if it plunges, and same thing on the pound. I'll go short if it goes up and long if it goes down. Gave myself a entry range there. We're getting filled here, looking to pop above 113.40 on the euro. We just scalped out of something. I saw my margin drop. So we just banked a little bit, a couple bucks there. So much drama this way. It's trade really small tickets, mostly, except for the buy stops for the scalps. Everything else is a 1K on grid limits. These limit grids are all 1Ks, believe it or not. Looks like dollar yen's going to go up. See, now they can all go up. What if all these currencies goes up? What does that say? To me, this is the tightening of the spread of every pair. Look how they're all going up. Explain that. Because cash is going to open in the States. The stock market's going to open in 6 minutes, and there's a squeeze. There's a spread squeeze, I would call it. How can they all be going up? But they're going up for now. So we're long into this thing on the euro mostly. Okay, looking for this this rally. Look at the pound. Jesus. I'm not really involved in the pound here. Amazing scalp off that top, but see, if you didn't take your profits from that pullback, from this pullback here, if you did not cash out on this pullback, you are now totally fucked. So you had to have predefined exits. You build that into the trade plan, the script, it's all built in. Okay, 6-minute warning. Stocks are about to open. We're up 47 bucks. We're getting filled on these. I see the margin went up because we're getting filled on that late entry on the euro. Waiting for some type of... Euro could totally smash back too. Don't forget, euro could, as soon as stocks open, euro could go smashing down, fill all those limits, and crush that order bank. It's crazy. It's a wild market. It's a very wild market. Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay, so I was up 60 bucks. Now I'm not. Everything's kind of backing off. We just got a little pop in the euro here on the 5. Looks like buyers are coming back in. I think they're eager to get it at this deep discount after the Draghi got it wrong or something. I don't know what the fuck that was. What the hell are they talking about? Come here, you. I'll show you how to trade. Okay, so we're up 13 bucks. 5-minute warning. Countdown to ecstasy for the euro. There's fire in the hole. Look out. Here we go. Pull back. Look out. Limit alert. Uh-oh. So we got enough dry powder down there. Looking for a smash and grab. Pretty squirrely here, especially if you're in really big, just before the stocks open. You could really end up having to wear Depends for the rest of your trading career. Okay, we had wide stops on that. 25 pip stops on the smaller tickets, so we didn't get stopped out of that 5-minute pullback. Well, they might let the hammer down here. Pretty crazy. Volatility is off the charts today. Literally. Okay, looking for that pop. Sell banks up here. I got to start deleting. Okay, we're still waiting for some type of move here. And in 5 minutes after the stocks open, it'll be critical. That would be then you see a move. And this could be a real game changer. Certainly for this account, it's going to be psychotic if we make it above here and start selling into this insane bank all the way up pretty heavily at 140. 114. I'm looking at the 40 there. Can't read these big numbers. Okay, so getting some rally here. 2-minute warning. Looks like the British pound could get smashed. Fall into my buy. Same thing with the dollar yen. Looks like they could smash back into my buy limits. So I placed some of these last night, and they'll be decaying. I don't actually keep track of it, especially in a demo. Look at the pullback. Look at the pullback on the euro. Huge smash back. So put buy limits in with the wide stops. Look at how they just pulled that back just before the opening of the stock market. So they just stopped me out of my scalps. Put in the monster limits now. Put more limits in here. I'm going to put the 10K with the 30 pip stop in right there. Put another one in here. Now I'm going to hit the buy stop key with the wide high risk trade. Okay. So I'm going to go for the gusto here. Stock's open in 30 seconds according to my second hand. Pulling it back, we're buying on the pullbacks. Looking for a rip north. Very, very careful now because any sells you have above got to be spaced very wide. This could be a complete bloodbath, blowout top. You could finish at 117. Don't forget, anything can happen. Taking all my northern exposure off. Plucking these tickets off. I close all ticket order. Because they're in too dense. How dense is your order back on the north side? Mine's overly dense on this demo. But since I got real money in this thing, I've got to manage my real money accounts here. Plucking off all my sell limits. Yeah, 115 looks like. Zoom right to 115, man. Insanity, right? So let's not have any real money sells above on the... It's too late for you if you're watching the video because... Okay, so we're back in 2 standard lots. Stocks are going to open up in 5 seconds. This is do or die. What's going to happen? Okay, sit back and watch the fireworks. There's nothing you can do for it now. It's all locked and loaded, and we don't hit any more buttons now. Let's see what we can get out of this thing. The 5-minute window here will be critical, and then after 5 minutes, it could go smashing up, smashing down. Literally, anything could happen. Very topsy-turvy here. We're taking a calculated risk here. We're not gamblers. So very intellectual risk. We're up $14. Time's a ticking. Stocks are open. Let's take a look at the stock market. Take a peek. Got the tick chart for the euro here. Stocks are off to a good start. So are they going to trap the bulls? Where's the trap? Right here. They trap, then it pulls back, then the euro goes through the roof, right? Possible scenario. Here comes this is the sell window for the stock market. Euro is poised to go up, I would say, because on the 1 hour chart it is as if that wick never happened. It's nothing but a pullback. Sellers should come into this blue zone on the stock market. If sellers come in here, then that would be when people pile into the euro and dump the dollar. Maybe the sellers are coming in right here, right now. Maybe we'll never hit that. Maybe never hit that window up there. So let's see. Go back to the. We can see the tick chart here. Sitting at this critical level, got to go up. We got 1 minute left. Okay, it's been 5 minutes and stocks are still up in the sell zone. Here comes the euro dollar. Buyers are coming in. The 5-minute buyers are coming in on the euro dollar now. By 10 o'clock, we could be at 115. I'm not even kidding you. Okay. Let's take a look at our account. Here we come into the sell bank. Brace yourself, people. In fact, I'd be taking profits right now. I think about taking profits right now. I've already gotten out of some of my stuff, pre-programmed. We're in 3 lots here. We're getting filled on this, so it's a whole orchestration clusterfuck, right? So we cashed out of stuff here. I'm putting more buy limits in. Look at the British pound, right? Look at the British pound. Right up, on the day that we're coming right up into all those sell banks. I think we filled on stuff. We're underwater. Either we got stopped out. We're underwater. The account's winning though. That's why it's very hard to trade all these currencies simultaneously. Look at the 1 hour British pound. So I just put a bunch of sell limits up there with the really wide stops. 80 pips here. Trying to make 40. So I think I'm underwater on some of these, but I'm up. It doesn't show the losses because I won on the pop in the... We got that psychotic rally. Okay, here we go. Looking to take out the high of the day, crush into all these sell limits up here. This will be insane. Now, this is just psychotic, right? I'm going to put sell limits up there. On the pound again, on the dollar yen. Everything's going up. Notice everything's going up. Well, how do you explain that? Look at the pound. Psychosis here, right? Stock market's only been open for 9 minutes. Take a look at the stock market. Ruh-roh, sellers came in. Stock market could be completely baked at this point. Put a fork in it. We're up on this. I'm going to do my close all per symbol now. On this trade. I'm just going to take off these winners. Oh, the broker just went offline. So let's wait for the broker to come back online there. That script's still pending, still looping in here. So broker went offline, nothing we can do about that. So it's taking them off right now. We just cashed out of all our yen exposure. We banked that. Not to say we can't spike up, and we have still pendings above for that, the other leg of that strategy. And then we have news coming out here in Wednesday is just the craziest day in the world. New highs. It's like, look at the British pound going up. What the fuck, right? Okay, we have pending home sales at 10 o'clock, and then we have crude oil at 10:30. And then that's it. So it could be lights out. Look at this sell still working. British pound still plunging north. And I think the euro is going to play catch up. If that's true, and the dollar is going to get smashed, take a look at the stock market. This is where people are selling. Look at the big picture. 4 hour. Look at the daily. Look at the weekly. Are you kidding me, right? They're going to call this a double top in hindsight. That'll be a double top in the weekly in hindsight. We should have sold up there, man. I know that pension fund. Dude, look at this move. This is March. This is the beginning. This is December. Right. Insane. Okay, we're getting pullbacks here on the pullbacks into my buy limit grid here. Trying to get more on the long side for one last gust up. One last rally. Okay. we still have that new pending home sales and crude oil. So this could just slosh around. That might be actually buying pullbacks right now in the euro dollar. Buying pullbacks on these limit grids here. I'm going to go try to make 15 pips here with these buy limits. 30 pip stop. It looks like the 5-minute British pound is still chunking north. Look at this thing go. The gift that keeps on giving. If this goes up, euro to follow, right? Euro's going to follow the pound going north. I'm setting up into this thing just blindly, blatantly, without a care in the world. Okay. This guy might be dead in the water. We might have to wait for a drift. It might just drift up there. But these orders will be gone. The beauty of that is that in 8 hours, all those sell limits will be gone. You'll see them evaporate. And if it was the weekend, you'd actually see, if you had a 12-hour order, you'd see on the weekend on a Saturday. It's funny to watch an order disappear on your screen on a Saturday because you put a 12-hour limit and you launched it on Friday. Or you put a 1-day limit and you see them delete themselves. Now, if you put weekly, the way to... they say brokers don't like that, but you put in orders on a Friday that last a week, and then when the market opens, it slams in your order bank, and you get filled on that. It's amazing, right? Fantastic trade. I'm getting killed here on this British pound sell, so I'm really loaded up on the sell wagon there. Okay, waiting for some. So that first burst, we cashed out on that. It's hard to orchestrate all these currencies. See, now here comes the pound smashing up. We expect the euro to follow. So we have buy limits. We're getting filled on buy limits right now. Getting stopped out of the pound, I see, because I just saw my margin dip. Now I'm going to put in the goober stops on the euro. I'm sensing a rally coming. As the stock market begins to melt down, 1 pip above, 25 pip stop. I've got a buy limit below with a 15 pip stop. So I'm sandwiching the market with stops and limits. I'm sandwich that long trade. Here I'm going to start putting in sell stops on the British pound. I think it's had it. I think we can put a fork in this for a few pips. I'm going to do the same thing with wide sell stops here. So getting the right target, knowing which key has that target to trade the pullback in this. Okay, big pullback here. Coming back into this limit bank. All right. Another buy stop here. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Luke, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. This thing's still pounding north. The pound is pounding north. Unbelievable. Oops. All right, we're locked and loaded. Let's see what happens. We cashed out of the winners on that. We still have pending sell limits for more drama. We come down here. The pound is psychotic. The only good part about that story is that we're long the euro, so we will kind of be in a hedge here. And put sell stops on the pound here. Okay, pound's going to need wider stops just naturally. So if we get a pullback on the pound and then this guy goes up and we hand the ball over there to the next currency pair. Just pass the savings on. Alrighty then. Okay, we're just going to have to wait till pending home sales, which is not a big thing, but it'll be the top of the hour, and there's a lot of top of the hour, a lot of 1 hour trading systems. So yeah, if you think you missed out, you didn't. Especially if you didn't think you missed out selling the pound. The pound looks like it'd go up another 50 pips here to 130. Since I'm long the euro dollar, which doesn't move quite as hard, but I can at least make up for my losses since I decided to trade 3 currency pairs like this. And I don't have time to delete the orders, the sell limits up here. In fact, I'm just going to stubbornly add to this, right? Stubbornly add to the sell side here. Because I know market prices for the sellers are up here on the nosebleed. Look at it. Look at this rip north. So killer. I mean, we've all seen moves like this, and historically on a chart, you look, what was going on there? It went up 300 pips. You're like, yeah, you know, but pulled back 100 before it went up the last 100. Still getting, having a hard time getting the euro to rally and follow the pound here. So not exactly killing it there. 5-minute chart, waiting for the news to come out top of the hour, new home sales. So we're kind of treading water here. Like I said, if you trade one currency, you always know what time it is. Here I'm running all these favorites limit grids up here. And the ones I just wrote that are just as you risk 80 to make 20, risk 80 to make 40. 8 hours. Okay. Still got this pending 8-hour limit grid here that hasn't quite filled on the euro here. Now I'm going to put some goober stops in. 25 pip stop risk on very small orders. Looking for this, we could still make money on this trade. If the euro goes up, now they were all moving in concert. Now they've totally diverged. 10 minutes till news, and the euros come back to life. So has, unfortunately, the British pound. And I'm selling on stops on the British pound. I'm putting my retail goober stops here. So I'm in 2 standard lots. All I need to do is have the British pound come back a little bit. Still staring down all these elements that I haven't deleted. So now I better buy very heavy into that because I'm going to make money into my possible losses on the top side there. Like I said, 115, 114, 115 possible today on the euro, believe it or not. Big panic. Big panic. Everybody's swinging from the trees today. Certainly, Wild Wednesday certainly fits the bill today. We're certainly getting our money's worth out of this. I think I cashed out of a couple scalps, maybe. Getting pounded on the pound here. Okay, wait and fill on that dollar-yen fill. Here's where everything's going to depart and go its separate ways, I think. So no more unison moves there. But notice before the stocks opened, everything was being bid up in unison. I don't watch that typically, these three currency pairs, but I did it in another video where I saw that phenomena before the while the cash markets were starting to open. It's almost like the spread between cash and non-cash. Okay, looking to take out the, looking for that 114 target still. And here comes the dollar yen. I'm slightly short on one ticket there. Pound is going up north, and since we're long the euro, we could probably save ourselves from some punishment being long the euro here. And then it's going to die down here. I'm going to go flat on, you know, after we take out the high of the day there, I'll just go flat, and it'll just be kind of drifty. And maybe take a nap or something, or start drinking again. Okay, so the painful waiting for the news to come out top of the hour, and thinking out loud here, right? Don't take my advice. Another argument for not only trading one currency pair here is the pounding I'm taking on the pound, but I'm trying to manage that by stubbornly selling if we keep going up. 40 pips to make 20 pips. And a 20 pip range up here on the nosebleeds. Okay, here's the possible engulf of the day on the euro. And let's take a peek into the stock market. Ruh-roh. Sellers came in. And you couldn't have got that you can't get a perfect fill on that, but see, sellers are coming in, and you could just say, bye-bye stock market. I would say that I'm calling the top in the stock market temporarily. What I'm saying is that we've established a downtrend on the 4-hour chart. We're holding that on close. Euro up, stocks down, right? I'm not really a sector rotation guy, but I think I get my brain around a slight bit of New Zealand's going to kill the dollar. Australia's going to kill the dollar. We'll probably blow out the top here. As soon as the euro blows out 114, I expect a unison piling on of every other currency coming in behind it. Right? Buy limits here, getting filled. Put a buy stop in. I don't know if this is programmed, but you would go for here, right? Hit the buy stop key. Scalp this. You're in unfair value right now, so you'd be buying that for the scalp. No fills here, and I'm short the pound. Looking for the pound to back off, looking for the euro to fill in the missing. And if you look at the euro versus the pound, here you can get a picture of why that's happening like that. It explains it somewhat. Still looking to hit the high of the day here in the euro. Go up here, hit these sell limits would be fantabulous. New home sales could take us there. And if you're holding from down here, you're a sure fucking genius. Like if you bought this 10 pip window, you were up another 90 pips. If you bought a 20 pip window down here, how do you feel now? Like I said, auction, down, up, take out the low of the day, take out the high of the day, rip your face off. Did not take out the low of the day, though. Took out the low of the 4-hour chart, though, right? You have to do what the market tells you. You see a wick, you put orders in there. Still trouncing north. And we're just going to see what happens. Let's go back to the 5-minute view. Okay, more exciting by far. Okay. Looking for 114 plus on the euro now. I'll be getting hit up here. Now let me try to intervene here. It's hard to find them in the terminal window, but I'm going to pluck these off manually. It's going to be very, I'm really trying to bail out a sinking boat with a tablespoon here, but let me just, for the sake of nothing else better to do, let me move this closer so that I can start plucking these off. Right. I still want to sell up there as soon as we take out the high of the day. Anything above the high of the day, I definitely want. Oh, looks like reversal of fortune. Okay. Okay, I'm about ready to cash out here. I'm cashing out along the way, I hope. It looks like this new home sales is going to be the determiner of how this plays out. Eventual cash out here. Pretty scary. New home sales could just totally destroy the stock market. But the stock market's going to sell off anyways. It doesn't matter what the new home sales number is at. Let me snug this up a little bit closer to my target. My drop. This is my trim out the outrageously overpriced, could blow up the account on the north side orders before the market gets there. Okay, so here we go. Full auction trading here. Careful not to double click or it's going to open up. If I accidentally double click, it's going to open up the edit. No, it actually won't open up. So I can go here as fast as I want. Close these tickets on the north side. We want to start selling at 114 for certain. On the way to 114. Cashing out. Okay. Brutal, brutal. Here we go. This is brutal. It's a game changer, I'm telling you. Okay, so totally insane, right? It's like, I feel like I'm bailing out a boat with an eyedropper. Okay. I don't know if it can even do it. I mean, it just looks scary, right? It looks like, wow, this is just going to go popping up. 1 minute till news. I mean, 2 minutes till news, and I'm just frantically cutting this out. Okay, 1 minute. My clock's syncing up for some reason. It's in sync to my atomic clock. Okay. I can't see the other currencies because I'm covered up the... my navigator's covering up the other drama. Okay, that's good for starters. Now, I got to have my tick chart on the bottom. We're making money a little bit on the pullback of this pound, but I expect, and we're about to get filled on a big bank down here. So it's a little bit further to go here to pluck these off, but news is coming out in 20 seconds. I'll be cashing out on the pop. My real money here. Okay, so close ticket. I'm long the euro. Okay. Close ticket, close ticket. And the news is out. Brace yourself. New home sales. The pound is pounding me. Okay. Euro up, pound up. And hopefully I'll make enough money on the euro, I can make up for the pounding I'm getting on the pound. Spike straight up, take out the high of the day. We're coming into my sell bank. Also, we could just be totally faking everybody out, and that's it. About to get filled on dollar yen here. Okay, we're within 12 pips of 114. Let's see if we can get a psycho fill scalp, and I'm getting out of... News has been out for 1 minute. Looking at my 114 target. I'm cashing out into the high of the day. I'll take the money and run and start drinking. One more pop? No? Can she do it? Oh boy. One more minute, possibly 114. Do I hear 114? The pound is just pounding me. Oh, I don't know if it's going to make the euro's going to make it. No, getting out. So failure on the euro. Getting out of my winners on the euro. I will buy on pullbacks. Okay. So those sells are good. I'm leave those sells up there. And I'll put more sells in stubbornly here. And I'm going to put sells up here now. We'll sell up in the nosebleed there. I think it's baked. I'm going to take profits on the euro. I don't think we're going to make it. I think it's a big fake out. But even if we do, cashing out of my winners, and I'm going to put more sell limits on the pound. Donate all my dry powder up here. Let that go. Let her rip. Irrational exuberance to the upside here. Could be have a backlash in the euro. Come back. I'll buy a 15 pip scalp here. A 10K. And even here, on the British pound, we can put in the scalps now to try to make 15 pips buying here. 10Ks in a 10 pip grid. Alrighty then. So kind of the fun's over a little bit for me. I really wanted that to just spike up and fill that and rip back. I mean, that's the dream trade, right? Smash up, come back, going off like popcorn. Still could go up. Still, we could take out the high of the day. I'm just too impatient. So I'm buying in pullbacks here. I'm going to sell really hard into the top of this now. In a 10 pip zone up here. Broker just went offline, so these orders aren't going in. Oh, here we go. So finally going to see this top 5 minutes has been out. So we go to a 114 here. Screaming up to 114. I'm putting in the sell limits up here now. Starting at 114 and above for the scalp. 115. I say we go to 115. Right, we're selling all the way up into the nosebleed here. We're starting to get filled. We could seriously get filled up here. Put more sell limits in. I was just barely getting filled there. So, you know, it could be one of these things where it's just fizzles, right? Waiting for that last grand finale and the fireworks and just never happens. Right, wah, wah, wah. I'm going to go for a 30 pip stops. Here, 40 pips to make 20. 20 pip range, 3K, 40 to make 40, and 40 to make 20. Putting 40 to make 20s at 115.52 on the euro. Okay, we got filled perfectly on the top of that bank. Now I'm selling on stops on the British pound. Buying stops here. Buy stops on the euro, the dollar yen. It pulled back, let's buy. So we're short the euro. We just clipped the high of the day by 1 pip on the euro. Here comes the yen, dollar yen. We're buying into the sell bank. Right, we're long here. Now, complete switch, change of everything now. Now we could get buyer's remorse again. We'll buy in limit. A lot of orchestration, all these currency pairs. Okay, we're short the British pound. We've been holding underwater. We're underwater on so many tickets on the pound right now because I chose to put a wide stop in. Biggest loser here is a 1K, 50 pips down. So this is the grid that I put in earlier. This could become break even, and we will be up on the whole day. We went long here because we pulled back. We're short there into that sell bank, and I could have left those other orders, the ones I trimmed out. The orders that I trimmed out would be up right now. But I got a little spooked there watching how furiously, and we could still go up. Could still go up. I can take off these profits with the profit by symbol. So if I scalp that, because I think we could still go up, my margin's going down, and let me take this winner off the table. Well, this looks like it's going up. I just saw a bunch of orders delete here. On the 8 hour, I just saw them just thin out the herd, so we're going to replace them higher. And we're going to buy the euro on pullbacks. Believe it or not. Right here. Here I'm going to sell more really high. Oh, they're not letting me put that order in. So something's looping there. We have to kill that. It's going to freeze the platform, but it's okay. No worries. All right, we have to wait for that script to die. Wait for the hourglass to go away. About 10-second wind here, a freeze. Because I was trying to put in that buy stop and it never filled. Looking for another rally in the euro. I'm selling all the way, all night tonight as the euro goes up. The pound, I was scalping this on the way back, and we'll be buying this all day long with an 80 pip stop to make 40 pips all the way down here again. So we're kind of out of the market. We're only in a standard lot. Most of it's donated to the losers on the pound. The pound is what's showing the $100 loss here on all those micro tickets. So that's about it. New home sales says, our pending home sales is what? It's down. Oof. Crude oil inventory is coming in next. We still have pending exposure on the sell limits here, which is fine with me. We're waiting for the losers to become winners on the huge rally here. Now we're only down $70, and that's because the pound's coming back to earth. Now we're looking to sell the dollar yen. Let's take a peek at the stock market. Stock market, buyers came back in. All the way back to here. And the stocks could keep going up. Just broke the trend line. Very scary here, though. If you're in the stock market and you're looking at the monthly, there's divergence on the 3-period RSI. I guarantee it. Insert indicators. Relative oscillators. RSI. 3-period RSI. Yellow. Big line. Divergence. Right? Monthly divergence, 3-period RSI. Divergence on the weekly. It'd be hidden divergence. If we close up here, it'll be hidden divergence. Divergence underneath the broader divergence. So let's take a look at our demo. We scalped that 10 pip thing. We're still looking for a rally to 114 all the way to 115 we're selling today. We're underwater on this. We're down $140 on this British pound trade. So I'm going to sell more up here again. It's not an ideal situation trading all these currency pairs, but those are my sell scalp banks up there. And the buy limit's down below. I don't think we're going to fill these, but in 8 hours, the cool thing is in 8 hours, all these orders on the bottom will be gone. So here's the 5-minute chart. Here's the sea of orders. All right, there's a sea of orders in here. The grid's not plotting anything past here because the market's so insanely, outrageously moved. Okay, man. Looks good to me. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll come back. I'll see where we're at on this thing. And this is just going to be a super long video, I guess. But if you like trading as much as I do, putting all these limits in this demo and seeing what can really happen, how these markets are just completely ridiculous, and anything can happen. Well, I think the drama's over for the day. We never took out that thing. We just nicked the top of the euro by 1 pip, as you can imagine. 10 pips from the goal line, and we buy in limits again, and the losers on the British pound became winners, and that could still tumble down. So we're going to put more grid limits here, and then I'm signing off. Let's take a power nap, come back, and put in more orders. Nothing happened here. Nothing to see here, folks. Totally dead in the water. We can see drama tonight, so I'll put buy limits above and below 8 hours, walk away. Stack and rack, walk away, and the euro dollar is caught between a rock and a hard place. We're at fair value right now. Right. I think the party's over. So just mild moves in here. Certainly going to buy these pullbacks on the anything down here for the next 8 hours. Anything here is a sure bet. That was the crazy stuff there. Who knew the Bund market could be so dangerous?